for now. Alright, so last episode of Deus Ex Human Revolution, we were crawling through the game at a snail's pace and getting all the praxis kits. Don't need to do that as much now because I think we have every progression upgrade in the game, and it would mostly just be for little nice to have things at this point, so we'll see. Hey! Yes. We actually did pretty well on Sunday, thanks to everybody who donated. I drank the 8th Natty Light yesterday. Oh, was I not able to access this building before? Maybe I just didn't have the augment to bust through walls last time I was here. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been in here before. Right arm. Yeah. This year went a lot better. I mean, I feel like we've kind of tapped out the character now. I don't feel like I need to do Brostead again, at least not for a couple years. But at least we were able to actually explore the character all the way and not, you know, run out of gas 20 minutes in. I should have everybody's sphere points for donating and like cheer log updated if you needed to apply your cheers to anything. Yeah. Yeah, actually having Andrea around made it a lot harder for me to stay in character, which I thought was kind of funny. We even did a little bit of a test record beforehand, where I'd consistently break character for a couple lines and then go back into a character again for another couple lines. I thought it was actually almost funnier than just yelling constantly. Stay away from the ballers. Yeah. I'm glad Kat joined at the end, just so that there could be some on-screen action, and I wasn't just like staring at the title screen the whole time. That would have been pretty awful. There's another fridge, guys! Is this going to be the fridge to end all fridges? Do we finally find the one? One day. One day. I just want there to be something special behind a fridge. That's all I ask of this game. It will be a fundamentally satisfying experience that can only happen. Seems like it doesn't want to do it, though.
Pritchard, I located Radford. He was attacked by men in suits. Private security, Secret Service types. I'm going after them.
Let's do it.
What about Radford? Did you get anything out of him?
He's in pretty bad shape. You need to call it in, get an ambulance to his apartment stat.
Got it. And Jensen, don't get yourself killed. Okay?
Thanks, Pritchard.
Oh, Francis, I didn't know you cared.
So we actually get along pretty well with him these days.
You getting yourself killed compromises that. So don't be stupid.
He actually loves me. Pritchard is a Sundra. My current theory about this game, I have no idea if it's actually the case, but I believe that...
Of course he is. I know Mr. Gray is landing tonight. We're working on it, yeah.
I believe that Adam is actually a robot. He's the human evolution. Oh, shit. He's not even really an augmented person. He's just all the way converted over. Probably why his name is Adam, is my guess. Because we know that there's some weird shenanigans with his parents.
Of course he is. I know Mr. Gray.
Might be able to take out the other two dudes, we'll see. We're back in Detroit.
I got a man.
Yeah. Do you? Come on. I don't have enough candy right now, unfortunately. Oh, is there somebody coming from behind to wake them up?
Someone's fooling around. Damn.
You didn't hear shit. Hey, that went pretty well. Right on. Alright, and there's all kinds of things for me to loot now. Very exciting. Now we finally got to get to a shop for the first time in like forever. Pocket Secretary. Forwarding you a copy of Mr. Gray's travel itinerary. It's imperative you extract the information concerning his interests with the utmost discretion. Okay. Cool. Very neat. This must have just been closed off before because I thought I had tapped out everything in Detroit. I unlocked some stuff when we got here this time. Hey. Let's go straight to the server blocks. Thank you. What do we got? Jensen's Psych Eval. Psych Eval's following a SWAT incident with the augmented teen. Snuck a look at it, couldn't copy it. Doesn't paint a pretty picture. This is the one that we think isn't true. Yeah, we've already read that. The whole idea that somebody was trying to make me look bad. Nuclear Snake was hounding my trace. DNA samples are remarkable. Back to Detroit. Okay, I think that these are all emails that I could have gotten by doing the social augment on Sarif earlier, so we're not learning anything new here as far as I can tell. White Helix sounds new. Fake parents disappear. Woman named Michelle Walthers. She worked at that lab you mentioned. White Helix. Nurse and good friends with the Jensens, particularly Arthur. Senile. Dilly-dally is a word that's prohibited. Alright, looks like we can get to the server, so let's go for it. This is one where you can't possibly get to that note over there. Dilly-dilly? Oh. Hey, Loot Effects, what's groovin'? Ebook. Fire destroys White Helix Labs. But an early morning blaze. So it was burned down on purpose, presumably. You see those photographs? They're not an actual inventory item. Okay, they're like a key item. Cool. That's everything that was in this room. This is an alternate path to learn a lot of this information that we got earlier. Knew me and my parents when I was a child. Search the storage unit. Okay. Look for Michelle. Let's do it. More not asking for this. You know it. Hey guards, thanks for not coming and fighting me. I didn't want to like take out every police officer in Detroit. Again.
Sorry, but we've diverted all the trams. There are no more coming to this station. But how am I supposed to get them?
They tripped me from behind and stripped me of my purse.
Were there any witnesses?
I do like this theme. This is kind of a theme in video games where you spend a lot of time in a hub zone, you leave, and then you come back.
I thought the police overreacted.
Yeah. As soon as that one guy threw the bomb.
Alright, we're gonna swing by the gas station to sell some stuff real fast. I don't know why he moved his console.
What's your pleasure?
I would like to sell. I already bought a couple Praxis kits when I got here last time, right? I believe they restocked. There's nothing in Montreal because there's nothing in Montreal. Wasn't actually a hub there. Apparently got cut from the game.
Always a pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can definitely be overused. Let's see. Up we go. Is she in an apartment building? I can always just look at the map. That's probably the easier way to find us. Alright, cool. Yo, you knew my parents. Is there anything behind your fridge? Well, she's not trustworthy.
Did I leave my door open? Wait, you're not from Rolling Meals.
Rolling Meals. You could get in trouble for saying Meals on Wheels.
Meals?
No.
FEMA's not going to sue them, but...
Mrs. Michelle Walters, is it? My name's Adam Jensen.
No. You much too old to be him. You must be from Rolling Mills. And please, it's Miss Walters.
Brent Radford sent me. Do you remember him? He's a detective.
Yes, lovely gentleman. He still has my photos of Adam when he was a baby.
That's me.
Oh, could you be a dear and fetch
You
them
look her in
for
the
me?
eye, Adam.
I forgot who has them, though.
It's really weird. I do have the photos.
Are these the photographs?
Oh, yes. Thank you. I haven't seen Adam Jensen in such a long time. Forever, it seems. Such a happy baby.
Inquire.
Miss Walters, can you tell me about the boy in those photos?
The boy in those photos, Adam. Tragic, really, what happened to his parents. His real parents.
What about my
His
real
real
parents?
They died in that fire. Horrible, really. I was there. At least those other cribs were.
Other cribs.
I only
Okay.
had to save Adam.
So it was like a lab.
I really need you to focus. What are you talking about?
Why, I already told that nice detective all this
I already told the detective this already.
Experiment.
You'd had a command for that.
At White Helix Labs. We knew Adam was special. That's why his parents started the fire. So they didn't do the same thing to the next batch of babies.
Ooh.
So Adam's real parents were trying to protect him. But from what?
Why? From the conspiracy, of course.
Look her in the eye, dude.
Too much. Would you be a dear now and go fetch my dinner?
Miss Walters, please. I know it was a while ago, and remembering all the details might be hard. But do you think you can try and focus for a minute?
Try to focus for a
What
minute,
did you tell
Adam.
the detective?
Jeez.
Well, Mr. Radford and I spoke about many things. But don't you have meals to deliver? And where is my dinner?
I guess she's a beta.
I would love to hear more about the boy in those photographs.
Such a polite and handsome young man. It'll be my pleasure. The boy in the photo, Adam. Jensen was never really his last name, you know. We only gave that to him after the
Adam Adamson.
at White Helix Lab. That's where Adam's real parents worked. At least I think they were his parents. All those babies.
Oh, so maybe I'm not a robot, but maybe I'm a weird
Adam was
gene mutant.
Special? How?
He survived what they did to those babies. He was one of a kind. Then, when we heard they were going to use him to inoculate the next batch of infants,
Wait, what were they doing to the babies?
wish I could remember. I was just part of a nursing staff, but Adam's parents, they started the fire. Yes, I remember that.
Look her in the
They
eye,
asked me
dude.
to hide Adam. Then they started the fire. Poor things. They never got out in time.
So they started a fire at White Helix Labs. And you hid me.
No, not you, dear. Adam Jensen. Or at least I think that was his name. Well, I gave him to the Jensens to raise. They were a lovely couple.
Miss Walters,
my animation so want me to
Adam's
turn my head
real
that sharply.
parents. Who were they?
I'm sorry. What were we talking about? Oh, when are them Rolling Mills people gonna get here with my dinner?
Miss Walters, please. I know it was a while ago, and remembering all the details might be hard, but do you think you can try and focus for a minute?
Like
What
his
did you tell
attempt
the
to show
detective?
empathy.
Well, Mr. Radford and I spoke about many, many things. But don't you have meals to deliver? And where is my dinner?
Thank you for your time, Miss Walters.
Oh, before I forget, if you see Adam, could you please give him this? It's for all the birthdays and Christmases I've missed. I've been saving them.
I'll make sure he gets it.
Thank you, dear. Why, he must be
12 or
13
13.
by now.
Ooh.
Make sure he gets some.
Either she's crazy or something else is going on here. He's advanced aging. Interesting. That would be cool if he was a robot. And because that would make sense, right? They'd have to give him false memories of his whole life. Very Blade Runner. Well, they're getting more coherent information from Miss Walters. I should go. I have to go. Alright, we'll see what else we can find in Detroit. I do have a uplink installed on the off chance that we beat this tomorrow, but I kind of have a feeling that the speed or lack thereof with which I play this game, that we're probably not going to beat it until next week. I'll adjust. I'll keep moving that goalpost forward, depending.
Pritchard, I need you to
Crisis.
assign a temporary security detail to an apartment on Brooklyn Court until I can figure out a more permanent solution.
Hey, that's
The woman's
nice.
name is Walters. Michelle Walters.
Security detail? What the hell, Jensen? Who is this woman?
She's family. But she's vulnerable. I'll explain later. Just do this for me, please. And not a word to Sarif. Can I trust you on this,
Serious
Pritchard?
collars attached
Christ,
to it.
Jensen. All right. I'll do it. But there better be a damn good reason for
There
this.
is.
There is. I'll fill you in next time I see you. But right now I need to get back to work. And Pritchard, thanks.
Yeah.
I like how the relationship with Pritchard has been evolving in a direction that I wasn't expecting at all. Like, I kind of thought he was going to be the obvious asshole nerd character that we were just going to fight with because I'm the meathead detective. But it's actually developing along a nice little path. I feel like those sorts of relationships are difficult to write, where it's sort of organically you come to kind of like a character. Sometimes they make it obvious that, you know, the player doesn't have a, or the player or the audience doesn't have a reason to like somebody, or that the characters who are being mean to that character are just being dicks and they're missing something. But he's still kind of a dick. He just has a little bit more depth than we expected. We got another praxis point. I guess I could spend it. I really don't think there's anything I want anymore. This... Okay, some of these don't require activation, so maybe the flash suppressants. Though I don't think I've had to deal with those too much, not with my playstyle. Have less damage. I shouldn't be taking damage if I'm doing things right. I don't want anything that requires energy. I guess the sprint enhancement's always on. Let's do that. Okay, nice. Could maybe see the move silently power with the sprint enhancement being slightly better. Still nothing really to sell here. More depth with that dickness. Sprint enhancement's not terribly noticeable. It's too bad. Alright, this is our first time going to the convention center, which is previously blocked off, as most of it was. I think there were some gang members in here earlier. Yeah.
Taggart? He's on stage now. His protection is deep.
Taggart's on stage. Just see. Should go back around to the back where the vending machine is. Yeah. Even the jump height one I think is kind of mild. It's enough to make a difference. That's cool. It's a good place to be in where we can just kind of take the fluff augment upgrades. I'm glad I didn't buy that really early though.
Third time this escalator has broken down this week.
Coming soon, nanotechnology and nano-augmented humans conference.
I know you probably don't agree with what Mr. Taggart has to say, but that's not the only thing escalating are those damn riots.
We met Taggart earlier in the game, right? Whoa. That's cool. I feel like this is progress. Because it looks like it's on that level. Let me try going the other way first. Right, yeah. It's harder to appreciate jump height in a first-person game, too. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Bill is really changing the world for the better. Or changing it back to what it used to be.
Well, you've just heard
There's the
William
humanity
Taggart.
front. Born human, be
He's a
human.
smooth talker. He doesn't want you to better yourselves. He wants to limit you. He
The
wants to
walking and
have
ranting
jurisdiction
Unreal
over
Engine.
your body.
It's a very similar
Get augmented?
rant in Mass Effect 2.
I'm sorry, but we're not gonna let you. You're not gonna let me?
Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space.
And do you know how he's gonna influence
I tried to
legislation?
get close and talk to Mr. Taggart.
Plain and simple. Agreed. He loves to claim over and over again.
Oh, this is another entrance, it looks like. Okay. Well, either way, we gotta go up to the second floor, so.
You don't have to get uppity just because I don't agree with you on this.
There's a lack of loot here. Okay. We've explored everywhere, let's go. Still okay. Do see a camera nearby. It's in this hallway.
Hello?
Oh, that doesn't make any noise.
No one here now. If there ever was.
Nothing to see here, move along. Unfortunately, opening doors always makes noise.
Clean.
I might just have to deal with the door being open. Although I think moving the vending machines is going to make noise. That was less noise than I thought it was going to be. All these vending machines and nothing behind them. Ugh.
Any idea how long before the speech is over?
Not too long now. I'll escort Taggart backstage, and you make sure nobody tries to sneak in.
I'll take a walk and make sure everyone else is in position.
Oh, I didn't wish he wouldn't have knocked the one guy over this way. Should layer them on top of each other immediately below this thing. Let me go ahead and make a manual save just in case. I'm in a bad position here, because I might be. I probably should have gone around the front and see what was the deal that way first before, like, trying to break in. Just in case there's loot over in that direction, you know? Oh well. Maybe it's not too late to do that still. I can stealth my way out of here, maybe. Cloak my way. Probably a bathroom that leads back there too, would be my guess. Yeah. You don't have too many other ways to get in there, I feel like. What do we got here? Nobody's abandoning their credit chits in the toilets? Man. Oh, I thought that was a thing. Ugh. Useless women's restroom, man. Unbelievable. This is like the fridges all over again. Oh, this guy goes for walks sometimes. That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like we don't want to go in this way, right? They're all like journalists, presumably. We're here for the conference. Humanity Front.
We've got our eyes on you, Og. Don't try anything.
Oh, bite me. Could go invisible right in front of you and then go open the door behind you and you're not even going to question it. That's how we came in. I just want to make sure I'm exploring everything here. Try the bathroom. There's just two different paths into the bathroom, okay? Did you ever hear the one about... Ah. I think I was already in here, right? Yeah. That's cool. I love all the alternate paths through this game. It's really awesome. Okay, and I think there's another one back here that I wanted to explore really quick. Why are my retro rockets tired? We did get here ridiculously fast.
Don't you want to know what's going on there? Just can't watch these cowards with masks throwing rocks. I believe in their cause. I don't feel like being a slave to a bunch of
Sweet. Right. It's my first time having to get two servers. Shit, was there like no reason for me to do the server? I didn't even realize that I was doing that until it was too late. Okay, then we got it now. Capturing that server. Maybe it kept the second line from coming after me, maybe. United Nations General Resolution 85 of 45 resolves to determine the most coherent policy direction for governments and corporate entities. Stop the truck skipping permit. Gotcha. I'm worried about this. I think there's dudes immediately behind the door. Give it a try. Y'all didn't hear anything. Trigger the alarm? Why? There's no reason to trigger the alarm. Just somebody punching through. I guess I gotta knock out all the guards so that I can safely get through this area. Nope, nothing to see here. Everything's fine, nothing is ruined. I could maybe try dropping from the vent and stunning all of them in that room. Not sure if that's possible, but it could be fun to try, you know. Ammo crate. This is the room with all the heavy boxes. It has the bustable wall behind it. Look, there's even soundproofing equipment on the walls, and the guards can hear me in the other room. Oh, it's a bummer. All right, well, let's go knock this dude out. Howdy. How's your Tuesday/Wednesday treating you? Now they show us green. That's really interesting. I wonder why. I think I disabled the. I already did disable the alarm. Does disabling the alarm only work? Like, is it only effective after someone's gone and triggered it? You can't preemptively do it.
What's going on out there?
Apparently it's settling down a little. Police have cleared the streets.
I heard they were pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm happy we don't have to go out there.
Amen to that. All right, I'm gonna go back and make sure no one's sneaking around the halls.
Don't have to worry about that. Nobody's sneaking around the halls. Not at all. I love the double takedown. It's great. Those enemies are usually really frustrating otherwise. Only works to turn it off if it's been raised. So if you disable it before that, you're actually kind of losing... Maybe it turns back on and you can hack it a second time. Or you can just go and flip it to disabled. You do a lot of boxes down here. I don't think there's anything I needed to climb elsewhere. Doo-doo-doo. That is Rush Limbaugh talking, not another guard. Okay, we're fine. I don't know where this is relative to the objective. I'll have to peek around and try to figure it out. Maybe there's like a vent in the ceiling that we can climb up to. Ceilings are pretty high. Maybe this is another way into the convention center. Oh shit. Actually, I think that's what this is. I didn't look at what the prompt said when I moved between maps here. Entrance to convention center. Really? This is over here the whole time? Huh. I thought there was like a gate blocking it. I must have been misremembering. Right on. It's cool. It's really charming how much effort they put into making sure that you can approach everything multiple different ways. So I'm guessing the guard that's down here is always hostile if you come in from that direction. I give them machine pistols. Like they're thugs or something. Ooh. What's up here? Is this an alternate way to get to that guard? I was wondering about the high ceilings. I didn't think you'd actually be able to climb on this, though. It's pretty awesome. That's where some of those boxes were. So I guess you could stack those boxes and then jump up here. Oh, cool. What was the melee combat like in, are you talking about, like, Deus Ex 1? Or, the non-director's cut version? What do you mean by the original in this case? So I haven't actually played Deus Ex 1. What was melee like in that game?
Access granted.
You didn't have cutscenes. Yeah, I mean, the cutscenes look cool, but my problem with them is that they don't reflect what's happening in the game. Like, if you're invisible, you stay invisible in the actual game, even though the cutscene shows you dropping invis. I feel it almost would look cooler if the cutscene had you not drop your invisibility. The person just kind of gets knocked out. It's like the melee in Half-Life 1. Gotcha. Could you build it up strong enough to be able to take people down in one hit? I do like the I'm certain that a melee attack will take somebody down in one hit aspect of this game. I would not want to use it otherwise, I feel like. Room on the other side of that door is the one that I could climb up into the vent, or we could do it over here. Yeah, I've heard that Deus Ex 1 is way ahead of its time. Did a lot of really cool stuff. It hasn't aged as well. That's cool. I'm excited to play it eventually. It definitely counts as an awesome game and an important game. See, I don't think this is a far enough fall to knock anybody down. I don't think so. Really? Bargain bin purchase. Yeah, that's really impressive. I basically heard nothing but good things about it. Alright, let's try this again.
Hello? Anyone there?
The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude, torture-like experiments.
Oh, he saw me. I didn't actually realize he was a guard, or I would have grabbed him first. Let's try that again. What's the Malkavian mod? What does it do? Alright, I don't think we need to be invisible for this. You want to have an additional bar of energy, though.
Reviewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Detroit, Toronto, Mumbai, and Rio de Janeiro, all
Back up!
The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude, torture-like experiments on teams of augmented super soldiers.
Cool.
Minutes ago, Zhao Yunru, CEO of the Taiyong Medical Corporation, commented,
Oh, from Vampire the Masquerade. That's cool. Yeah, Deus Ex 1 and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines were contemporaries, weren't they?
This company prides itself on maintaining a safe environment and an ethical approach.
Deus Ex 1 was released in its entirety for free on a magazine pack-in CD a year or two after its release. Wow.
Members of the UN to tour our facilities.
What was their reasoning for doing that? Were they trying to, like, drum up interest in, was it Invisible War?
And moral responsibility.
Access granted. The ball is now firmly in the United Nations Court. This is Eliza Cassell.
Hey, Scholar.
Live from Pike.
More Hugh Darrow stuff. Vagus nerve stimulators. Partial epilepsy.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the
Patient
streets
patent
in
lockout
several cities
ends.
this evening after viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Pike.
Modulate neuroplasticity in the brain.
Toronto, Mumbai, and Rio de Janeiro all report
That's cool.
violent clashes taking place outside the doors of such well-known biotechnology firms as Kusanagi, Isole, and Sarif Industries. The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude,
That's funny. Wow.
experiments on teams of augmented super.
Yeah, I really wonder why. I don't think any guards are close enough to hear this, but about to find out. Hey. Totally worth it. There is a credit chit. Well, I probably could have gotten to it from the other side, but, you know, whatever. Alright, I think we can safely go ahead and finish the mission. Let's do it. Unless if... I'm just worried that more guards are going to be out after this. I'm going to try getting these guys in the hallway across from me. Ah, this door is probably going to open. Alright. Let me go ahead and make my life easier then. Okay. Come on. There you go.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial.
Bloodlines came out 5 years after Deus Ex 1. I see. Turn off the camera over here. I'm just gonna play it safe and knock out all the guards out here. Oh, well, they're green if I'm out here. Maybe they won't know that I hacked the thing and they'll leave me alone. Let's move along. Now, can you hack level 1 terminals without upgrading hacking at all? Or is level 1 terminal... is that still an upgrade? I forgot.
Access granted.
That's a long time. I've only seen a little bit of Deus Ex 1 from watching somebody play it.
Hold up in some apartment.
It looked a lot more polished than Bloodlines.
I'm heading there now.
Alright. But Adam, you think Taggart's involved?
There's no hard evidence yet to prove it.
Too bad. But you know there could be. If you upload that data recording you got in Montreal onto his computer...
You're asking me to frame him?
We could lose everything, Adam, given the mood out there. We may have to get our hands dirty to fix it.
You do have
You
level
got
1
a
hack.
problem with
Okay.
that?
Yes, I do.
Alright. It was just a thought. Sarif out.
Ghost, getting things done. Smooth Operator. So Smooth Operator isn't when it shows alarmed in the radar. That's them literally starting, like, turning on an alarm, right? Boat. Save to space is to show all the people getting the Nigerian scam. It's funny. I have principles, Sarif. I break the bones of police officers so I can get XP, but probably just turn down some XP too. Howdy, friend.
Got a pass?
Yep, I'm good. Nothing to see here. Move along. Don't go in that back hallway. Everybody was like, that's a cool thing you just did there, bud. Neat. Alright, situations like this, I'm seeing the value of the enhanced sprint speed and the enhanced sprint duration. What else do I still need? Guess I could get more batteries. I wish I could charge them more easily. Do not need the motion-induced growth at all. Fortify maybe, but I feel like the hacking stealth makes Fortify totally unnecessary. Don't need the chances of detection. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be damage reduction. Additional batteries. And maybe the move silently power, but even that I'm concerned about the energy usage on it. So we'll see. I think we'll do batteries first.
Reliable source, goddamn Jensen? I almost didn't recognize you. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, what are the chances? Do you remember me? I was a rookie when you still rolled in SWAT.
Nikki, of course I remember you. How you been? The brass got you on ride control too?
Yeah, I am. Or I was until... Damn it. Look, something big is going down, and I'm kind of freaking out here. You remember that MCBer, Jacob White? You busted him a couple
Motor City
times.
Bangers.
Yeah, I remember him. Assault and possession. He's still running rackets.
No, I mean, yeah, shit, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay, finally. I was about to say, we haven't met an Omega
Nikki,
personality in the
slow
whole
down.
game.
Listen, hear me out. I just got word he has his hands on some real military-grade explosives. The prick's got a fucking bomb, Adam. And you know how much he hates the PD. He's going to hit us while we have our pants down with the riots. You gotta help us out here.
Sure.
Nikki, I'm kind of busy. If he's got a bomb, just call it in and follow procedure.
What do you think
I need an
I've been doing?
invisible super jumping
I've been on
man
a
to
warrant
take care of
all
it.
night, and my CO already sent a patrol over to Jacob's house. We've got a warrant, so they searched the place, but nothing came up. Not even Jacob. Now they're saying my CI is probably full of shit and just fucking with me. Bullshit! Jacob's using the riots as cover, and he's going to hit us, and hit us hard. Adam, I need you to trust me on this. You gotta help me find Jacob.
How did White even manage to get his hands on explosives?
My source says he got the bomb materials from some
No,
government
walk and
stash out
talk.
in Highland Park. It's all I know so far.
Can't walk very far,
But
though.
it all fits. He was last seen ranting at a rally about shattering the foundation of the hypocrisy or some bullshit like that. You know, quoting Che Guevara and talking about violent revolution.
Did he have the shirt too?
What? Anyway.
I have a old Penny Arcade
And it's tonight. It has
Che
to be.
Guevara shirt, but it's Miyamoto instead of Che, and Andrea hates it because she doesn't realize that it's Miyamoto, and she freaks out, thinks that if I wear it in public, people will think I'm a communist revolutionary.
I have to admit, Nikki.
Hi,
I'm having a
Ariel.
hard
How's it
time
going?
believing White could come up with something like this. He can barely tie his own shoelaces without tripping all over himself.
That was then. This is now. After his last stint in Standish, he got
Welcome.
bug-eyed crazy. Started talking about how the gang war and Derelict Row was all part of a government plot, and it's time he did something about it.
I remember him saying that augmented kid we took down last year was a cover-up.
Exactly. And he's been railing against Wayne Haas, the PD,
Okay, he's definitely
and
an
anyone
Omega.
else involved in that ever since. I'm telling you, Adam, he's been getting more and more violent. Now he's got explosives, and we've got a giant bullseye painted on our ass.
So why is it nobody trusts your
It's
source?
a really good
He
question.
used to run with White's old crew, but he's a 3-strike perk facing a dime on some damn parole violation. He's trying to cop a deal, so nobody trusts him. Thing is, I know he's reliable. He hasn't bullshitted me yet, and I don't think he's doing it now.
Details.
What is it exactly that you need me to do?
You mean you'll help me out? Really?
I didn't say that. Assuming I did agree to help, what would you need me to do exactly?
Oh. Well, based on Jacob's history and his new political agenda, I can almost guarantee he's going after cops. I've warned everyone working street detail and anyone else who'd listen to keep an eye out. But with half the force tied up with the protests and rioting, I can't get the manpower for a proper search. I need you to check a few spots my CI thinks Jacob could be at, and take care of the threat if you can. Even if you find nothing, great. It put my mind at ease, at least.
Nikki, look, I don't work for the city anymore, and I don't exactly have a lot of time right now.
Yeah, I understand. Look, the cops have a Deadpool going. I don't like it, but you kill a cop killer and you get a bounty. I usually reserve this to pay off our CIs, but if Jacob really is going after us, then he's as good as dead as far as I'm concerned. You take him out, the bounty is yours. To be honest, though, I'd rather see him rotting behind bars. If you can knock him out and give him to us alive, I'll try to sweeten the deal.
All those people recovering from broken bones from that mysterious incident means they're even more understaffed.
Fine, I'll help. Let's go over what we know. Just the facts.
Just the facts,
What
man.
we know? Just the facts? What we know is he's certified batshit crazy. Hates cops, quotes Che Guevara, and got his hands on military-grade explosives. What more do you need to know? Oh, Christ, man. I've got nobody
Calm
to help
down,
me.
dude. I said I was
And
gonna
I
help.
can't even breathe. How am I supposed to find this guy? The bomb could be right under us, right now.
Nikki, you're a cop. Act like it. How are you gonna earn your stripes if you shit yourself under pressure like some wet behind the ears rookie at the academy?
Fuck. You're right. Damn it. I'm
Is he
sorry.
quieter than Adam?
I lost
Adam?
my head. I'm still in the game, Adam. It won't happen again. You can trust me on this.
Just focus, okay? We know that White hates cops, so his first target is probably gonna be the precinct or somewhere nearby. Make sense?
Yeah, and he wouldn't risk hanging around the bank or transit station. They've got those security cameras with facial recognition software. And the precinct is shut down thanks to the internal affairs investigation. That leaves
He's definitely quieter in my ear than Adam,
as
but
the most probable places to find White. I'm going to get on the horn and update my CO. Can you check those two locations? And Jensen, be careful. White may have left booby traps lying around. He's like that, now that I think about it.
sounds good.
No problem. Anything else you can give me?
I don't know. You remember what White looks like, right? Tall, Caucasian, skinhead? He's not the quietest guy, so you'll probably hear him before you see him.
Yeah, a real philosopher king. I remember.
Yeah, so if you just keep your eyes and ears open, I'm sure you'll find him. Also,
Hey,
I heard
first
he has
ever
some major
Omega.
augmentation work done. I'd be extra careful around him. I think the White we used to know has been replaced with something much worse.
Got it.
I know it's a long shot, but I'm hoping we get backup to expand the search. In the meantime, we can check those areas, and who knows, maybe we'll catch a break. Oh, and Jensen, please don't turn him into a martyr. I'd prefer him breathing.
Working on it. Cool. Let's save after that lovely conversation. Let's go. And hey, if you're new to the stream, I'm Marstead, trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe there's so many awesome games out right now, it's impossible for any one person to beat all of them in their lifetime, but that is job security for me. If you'd like to see a list of the games we've already played, you can go to games.marstead.com. There's YouTube playlists for everything, completion status, all that fun stuff. And you can even vote for the next awesome game we're going to play. There's a list of commands and instructions at vote.marstead.com. Welcome. It's good to have you. Alright, let's go scope these out. Sell the stuff I stole from Taggart's bodyguards.
What'll it...
It's just me, or did we not actually run into Taggart in there at all? The convention center. Does he sell candy? I want candy. I don't think I can use any of those things. I guess I could buy out all his software, but I'm not using my money for anything else. Why does this gun shop not have an unlimited supply of candy?
See you soon.
Oh, I could have confronted him during his talk? Interesting. Instead of getting the information from the back. Do you have to wait a while for him to come out and give the talk or something? Or is it just the order that I progressed through the stage that it worked out that way? I think we want to go... I thought we landed in Sarif headquarters when we got back here, but actually we landed in on the roof of Adam's building. So since I haven't been into Sarif in a while, actually since the beginning of the game, and I have a bunch of new progression abilities, I just kind of want to scope it out really fast and see if there's anything I missed. I'm also going to make sure that there's not extra praxis kits in the limb clinic that I didn't buy. Pretty sure I already came back. It was like the first thing I did when we got back to Detroit, but I'll double check. Good. It takes up too much inventory space.
Well, maybe next.
Energy density per inventory square is not great. Oh, really? The computer's meant as a fallback if you fail the conversation. It's too bad. Oh, right. I'm going to Sarif. It's over this way. Past the limb clinic, right? Or no, it is this way. East and then south. Oh, can I not go back to Sarif? Interesting. There's the riots. Not even with jumping shenanigans? I'm guessing that's an invisible wall up there. They really don't let you go back, huh? Well, that's too bad. Oh, calm your tits. Some people's kids, man. Your face is insane. I feel like it almost is necessary for them to have made Adam Jensen augmented without him making the choice to do that, right? So they can even have a story about people that are pro-augment and anti-augment. I guess you could roleplay this as an anti-aug person. Oh hey, it's the police station. My favorite place.
Sorry, can't let you into the station at this time.
But one of those hooligans stole my purse.
Hooligans. Do I have another opportunity to talk to the nice person in reception? Hi folks, how are y'all?
Hey, anybody ever tell you it's rude to eavesdrop?
Actually, no, I've never heard that.
Like anyone can walk into the precinct and take what I know.
That the only way they can get in touch with me is by online interactive screaming. We'll scream you through and answer your questions as best we can.
That means that the person I was expecting to maybe be here wasn't here. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, I think the whole, like, I never asked for this thing is kind of necessary for the plot. Like, if you rewrote this game with 10 different people, they all would have designed it that way. Trank darts, shotgun cartridges, shotgun, pocket secretary. What's that, though? Cold cases. Cool. Sleepwalking world, wake up. The Illuminati are the secret masters of the planet. Ugh. This is not fiction, this is fact. They did name drop Bilderberg Group and like the NWO. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy jeez. Thank goodness for autosaves. Yikes. I heard the beeping. I must have come at it a little bit too fast. Such a cool, like... I guess there is a door, technically, that got in here, but it's like, how did somebody, like, mason up the wall behind it? Gotta move super duper slow. Now, are these things actually sound-based? Like, if I got the move silently augment, could I move more quickly to deactivate them? There must be a very small amount of sound that doesn't register on the, Still another one. There must be a very small amount of sound that doesn't register on the radar, even when you're crawling. Sneaking, I should say. Now, we established that turrets see in infrared, so they can see me through invisibility, right? They're motion sensors. Makes more sense in that case. But they're not perfect, obviously. Keep wanting to get XP for disabling all these. Just to stop the beeping. It's like trying to get hearts in Zelda, right? It's not because you actually need to heal yourself, and you don't want to hear that beeping all the time. I wish I could do a takedown on the turrets. Throw an EMP at them, but I guess I could go sneak around and pick them up and move them. Oh, here we go. This is what we want. Hey, we can make it to the server. What a treat. Yes, yes.
Access granted.
Cool. Oh, and there's an electrified floor nearby. Or she blows. What's up? Oh, that's done. Disable his bomb still. Rise up, brothers and sisters. The state script may be tightening around people's necks. Can't choke everybody. FEMA's the new intelligence wing of the Department of Defense. You're supposed to have a Che Guevara t-shirt. The guy kept mentioning it. Oh, that's cool. Alright, server's open. This is the same as the last one.
Access
Cool.
granted.
Hey, got a praxis point. Fantastic. So, I think I'm gonna go battery. I think I asked this earlier and I forgot the answer. Is there ever a scenario where... Let me use my words here. Is there ever a scenario where you get a free heal of your energy, or does it always require consuming, like energy bars and the like? No, in here. They must have closed this off for this part of the game. I guess another way you could kill him is you could climb up there and turn on the electricity and zap him to death. Turned his bomb off in a way that he could absolutely reverse. Knocked him out. He's totally going to wake up later, but hey, it counts. I feel like a lot of the missions only make sense if you're actually murdering people. They let you get away with doing it non-lethally. Was the original Deus Ex, did it, like, underline the fact that a non-lethal playthrough is possible? Did it have, like, a special ending or anything like that? That tracked whether you played it non-lethally, or is it just kind of... If you felt like it, you could get away with a non-lethal playthrough, and the game didn't really respond to that at all? trying to think of the first game I played chronologically that encouraged a non-lethal playthrough with a different ending or different rewards. Got different dialogue here and there. It's cool. So it wasn't just like you would do it to roleplay. You know, Metal Gear Solid 1, I think, allowed for it. The Metal Gear games did not. Lots of sequences where you had to fight lethally. Gonna calm way down this time, buddy. Oh, that's cool. What's the name of the Deus Ex 1 protagonist? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I really appreciate you helping us out, Adam, but we're running out of time. We gotta find White before he blows something up.
Taken care of.
We're in the clear. I left White unconscious in the sewers under the precinct.
Thank God. The chief finally took me seriously and is sending some men to help out. We'll take it from here.
Great. Anything else?
Yeah, like we talked about. Here's your cut of the Deadpool bounty. I
Shit,
threw in a little something extra for bringing him in alive. It's good to know you're still one of the good
Hey,
guys.
bonus for bringing him in
By the
alive.
way, Mickey,
Nice.
White's bomb wasn't even explosive. It was a gas bomb. I managed to disable it, but you might want to get a disposal team down there to do a proper sweep and clean.
Ah, shit! I totally forgot about that. I'll get EOD on it right away. Last thing we need are more casualties. Man, I'm sure glad I bumped into you tonight. You're gonna have to let me buy you a pint down at Maggie's sometime.
Isn't there a sequence where you have to use like a FAMAS assault rifle?
Yeah, we'll do that sometime. Take care of yourself.
Murder
Mickey.
a bunch of guards in the original MGS one?
Come in, Central. Over.
You didn't have a trank rifle in the original MGS one either, right? I've only ever played Twin Snakes. My friend was really into the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid 2. Or the original Metal Gear Solid 1 and then Metal Gear Solid 2. And I was like, military, stealth, those are like two words that don't really attract me to the game at all. But then I was over at his house and he was playing Twin Snakes. I'm like, what the hell is this game? This shit is super over the top. I thought it was like, you know, Tom Clancy, not Hideo Kojima.
What'll it be?
Shotgun, heavy rifle. Heavy rifle is one of the best, like, credit-dense items in the game from that list that Six Gun shared. Don't need any of these mines. Silencer.
Always a pleasure.
So, what? I'm kind of bummed that it sounds like Mankind Divided sort of got a lukewarm reception. Like, is it still an awesome game? Is it as good as this one? I'm trying to think, like, what could they do wrong? They really have a winning formula with this one. Best rank in MGS1 allows for 25 kills. Wow. Do you think it's one of those, like, Human Revolution blew people away at making a really good sequel to an older game, and then Mankind Divided is more of the same, Majora's Mask kind of a thing? I see. Second part in a trilogy, lengthened story beats. Sure. Oh, yeah. Ah, man, like, I wish that there was another category for us to review and comment on games that's separate from the actual game's quality. Like, what was it? Batman Arkham City? I've never played it, but I know that everybody gave it trash reviews because of, the PC port of it crashed all the time or something. They didn't spend a lot of time on it. And it's like, it's hard to say whether the game's actually good anymore. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, maybe not.
You sure you closed the door?
Oh.
Of course I did. What do you think I am? An idiot?
You're not gonna make me answer that, are you?
Yeah, I was having a momentum issue early in Detroit just because I wanted to explore everything, but it felt surmountable the way the level was lined out. So that makes sense. I could see that being an issue. Is it the same as... So, like, this game really feels like they spent a ton of time on Detroit, and then they sort of, like, lost steam after that, and each subsequent area you go to is less expansive than the last. The Praxis kit. Nice. Whoa. What the hell? Is that really happening? Maybe he was just looking out the door the whole time and that made a loud noise. Hold on. It feels incomplete. Okay. So, like, the gameplay seems fine, but the story's kind of shallow. Maybe like a Mass Effect 3 sort of problem. So I haven't seen this guy before. What's up, buddy? I can't talk to Zeke, right? Isn't he my guy from the beginning of the game? Looks like him. So they just use the same model for him. Looks like a booby trap Praxis kit. You have a fridge, dude? Oh, I thought he had a fridge. Wait, he does, he does. Bummer. Fridge bummer. What? They let you buy Praxis kits with real money? Wow. That's... Yeah, okay. It's unfortunate that the game's reviews suffered because of that decision, because I'm guessing that the developers had nothing to do with that. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Good lord. It was forced in 2 weeks within going gold. Wow. That's awful. Holy crap. I feel so bad for the developers in basically any situation where microtransactions are being pushed. Like, you know that the people that made Battlefront 2 probably didn't want that in their game. Pride and accomplishment, yada yada yada.
Pritchard, looks like Sandoval's got a secret bunker. I'm gonna flush him out.
Let's hope he's still there.
There's gonna be alternate ways in here if I don't have the upgrade, right? I wonder how I'd get in there without the wall punching ability. Were there explosives in that room that I could have picked up? And the wall looked like it had cracks in it, so maybe that would have been your tip-off. Let's see.
Sounded like it came from over there.
Part of the game was sold as DLC. It's good as a separate level.
Wasting my time. No one's here.
Can't play it during the main run. Wow. Yeah. That makes me sad. I feel like we as humans are kind of bad at take out of this guard before I talk. Cool. So Cat's having a problem right now, right? He's a stocker at the local grocery store at Smith's, and it's like one of the best grocery stores I've ever been to. And people go to the store. Los Alamos is a pretty privileged community. We like live on top of a hill, and most of the people who work here are physicists or scientists that work at the Los Alamos National Lab, so they make quite a bit more money than they would, in most other towns on average. So there's like a serious problem where even though the store is amazing, all of the employees get really bad review scores whenever people take one of the surveys. And it's because they can't separate, the employees are doing their job from the price of gas at the gas station outside, or how many people have been hired to be baggers. Like, there's not enough people to bag my groceries, so I'm gonna make life hell for the employees. And I think it's kind of a similar problem that we as humans have with video games. Like, it's difficult for us to disentangle the corporate decisions from the developers, and we'll often get really hostile towards devs. It just makes me so sad to think, especially with that Mankind Divided thing they added the Praxis kit within a couple weeks of going gold, how disappointing that must have been for everybody. Don't think I want to turn this on. Fear that that's going to murder people in the other room. 4 or 5 different versions, each more expensive than the last. Battlefront, loot box, microtransactions. Man, wow. And this is Square doing this? Do you think it was them as the publisher that were passing down this edict? I've always felt like Square was marginally less evil, but I don't think it was what's left of Eidos.
Sandoval doesn't come out of there in a few minutes, I'm going in.
No, you're not. He's on the edge. There's no telling what he'll do.
Don't turn around. Keep looking that way. Even the less evil big publishers still have periods of crappy stuff. Yeah. I don't know, it's challenging. I can understand entirely the motivation to do something like microtransactions.
Jesus! What happened? Better get some backup.
I feel like what's probably the better solution... Somebody here has done Econ 101 more recently than I have. There's a term for a good that's your actual moneymaker, and then the other goods are kind of what get people in the door so they get access to the moneymaker. So in a lot of restaurants, that's usually soda, right? Like, you make such a huge profit on soda, it costs you pennies for the syrup, and you probably don't make any money at all on the burgers. Like, I wonder if companies can try to make cash cow, low-effort mobile games to fund their actual high-quality projects that don't have unnecessary microtransactions. Lost leader, that's it. Thank you. I guess the greed component comes in where you're like, yeah, okay, we can make a, Fortnite-style, Hearthstone-style money farming game, but why don't we take the money farming elements and put them into our actual good games at the same time? You're like, I don't know. Even Fortnite, though, I don't think Fortnite does a pretty good job with all of its upgrades all of its unlockables are cosmetic only. You gain no advantage from spending money on it. But that's what you do then. You make your multiplayer PvP cosmetics game, and you make a ton of money off whales buying all the skins and stuff. but you don't let it infect your single-player experiences. Yeah. I think you got it right, Leon. It's like, it's such an easy cash cow. You could make just a game that just has a button that says pay us money and put it on the Android App Store. You know, spend like $10 making it. Pay somebody for an hour to upload it, and it would still, you'd have some crazy whale would give you a couple $1,000s. It's very challenging. It's one of those problems where I worry that there's not a solution. Really? Reels?
Access granted.
Games haven't kept their prices going with inflation, but have had ballooning budgets. Yeah. The budget problem, I feel like, is solvable from a content perspective. What we're seeing as indie games become more and more successful, that you definitely don't need to... Can I get to that? Concerned that I might not be able to. Every game doesn't need to be photorealistic, amazing graphics. Even like Fortnite, it's very stylized. It's a very pretty game, but probably didn't take a ton of money to make the way it is. Little ground's opening back up. Yeah, so game prices haven't kept pace with inflation, and on top of it, everyone's like $60 is an absurd amount. $60 is an absurd amount to spend on a video game. I'm going to wait 2 years for it to be discounted down to like $20, and then I'm going to buy it. Game prices are actually down. I seem to remember a time when games could go for like $90, $70. I'm puzzled. Well, let's try something. If it's not sound-based, if it's motion-based, then they shouldn't trigger if I'm invisible, right? Yeah. It does appear to be sound-based. Or maybe it's infrared and it can see, even when I'm invisible. I guess I could take the silent movement power, excited praxis, and test it. Could it detect motion, though, if I'm invisible? It's so weird. I feel like I approached it several times without a problem. I wonder if I could take it out with the EMP grenade. I could also just shoot it, maybe. You think I can reach it from the water, Ariel? Wasn't sure if I could get to it while crouching. Ah, good looking out. I have much further range than I thought. Oh, that's a cool power. It must be Mankind Divided. I don't think it's in this game. Maybe. On the other side of this. Cool. Hey, it's on the breakable wall. I don't think there was a choice in this one, right? Yeah, I just have one cloaking system path. Oh, you're talking about Deus Ex 1? That's a cool concept. It's a neat way to make you choose. And you can't have both. Alright. All that for an energy bar. Fantastic. This is a goofy game. I think we've looted everybody, right? Taken everybody out, looted everybody, explored every nook and cranny. Let's make sure real quick before we leave. Yeah, I think we're... Oh. I wonder if I like that better. It seems like a cool concept.
Gunshots! You've got to help me! You've got to come!
I'm only gonna ask you this once, Sandoval. Where are the scientists you helped kidnap?
I don't know!
I know all about FEMA and how you removed the GPLs.
I didn't remove anything! I swear it! The operation was too dangerous! They would have died if I removed them!
Oh, it's cool in concept, it's somewhere way better, so it's not actually a real choice.
The GPLs are still broadcasting?
I see.
I don't know. Probably.
Well, Sandy, you're gonna help me find out. We're going back to Detroit.
That's a big
You
problem.
and I are gonna...
Back to Detroit? We're in Detroit right now.
Come out! I see you!
Whoa. Is he guaranteed to see me here? Hold on. Or is this actually a boss fight? I could try zapping him the second I pop out.
Pritchard,
It's still counted
as...
as...
The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to...
Shoot. It showed as being, not hostile for a second. A doctor with a handgun, whatever will I do? He didn't see me! It totally worked! Watch it give you ghosts. No, I don't think there's a ghost
Pritchard,
here.
Get this.
It'd be funny if it
the
did.
GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know.
Sorry. Thought they keep talking while I read this.
Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out
that
something.
one. Totally snuck behind him for no reason because it didn't actually give me ghost, but you know. You never know. You never know. Sometimes you know. That's one of those situations where you can kind of expect. The fact that it didn't show hostile the very split second it came out of the cutscene though. You're just like, what happened? Hey. Deus Ex 1 had a worthless swimming stat? Like you never actually went swimming in the game? That's really interesting. I bet that was one of those, like, eyes too big for their stomach. They really wanted to have swimming, and then the scope of the game got reduced. There's another ebook on the table that I missed. Thank you. It's Hugh Darrow gets me that precious scholar XP. Practical shootist. Compound bow. Why is it wrong to have a flamethrower? Yeah, thank you. We already read that one, and we already read this one. Basically, I have rhino skin now. Probably super ashy. You didn't need to have it upgraded? I see. Yeah, I feel like a swim upgrade can be frustrating because most developers they're going to make it so that if you need to swim, you know, it's possible without upgrading you at all. So the only way to make that a useful augment is to basically turn it into a key, right? And have some passageway that in order to get to the end of it, you have to have upgraded the swim thing. And it feels disingenuous. Oh, I unlocked the get a praxis kit at the end of this swimway. Oh, God, it scared the shit out of me. Was that door not openable before this sequence? I've done a pretty good job with the second pass on Detroit, taking you to a bunch of areas that you couldn't go to before. I didn't really keep track of the doors that were arbitrarily unopenable. Sniper rifles.
Fuck them cops, man.
Yeah, tell us to
There's a rebreather mask that makes it useless. Oh, yeah. It's another problem. It's really challenging to do well. I feel like this game has had a good balance of it. It does feel like a lot of the progression augments, like the high jump in particular. I don't think does anyone know, is there a single thing in the game that you can only get to if you have the high jump? Because it feels like you can always go grab a bunch of boxes and stack them on top of each other, and that's always enough. I should sell shit before I leave. Oh, I thought I already hacked this. Maybe it's got new stuff now. So there's a good chance I'm not going to be coming back here for a while after last time.
Performing crude, torture-like experiments on teams of augmented super soldiers.
Access grant.
Zhao Yunru, CEO.
Last call. Mary order for the penthouse bathroom arrived in our warehouse almost 4 weeks ago. This is your last reminder. We'll have to ship it back. She's being a jerk to Jensen. And it's like two very fundamental problems of the Metroidvania. How do you make an upgrade that's not actually just a key? And if you want to have a non-linear upgrade path like what you have in this game, how do you keep the game playable for someone that didn't take those upgrades without feeling like it's cheapening the experience for someone who did? Because, like, in this game, sometimes you're like, oh, cool, wow, yeah, I totally hacked... Oh, there was just a vent right there. I could have just crawled to the vent. Right on. Well. Guess I didn't need that cool thing I spent that praxis on, after all. Chiron. As in, like, handedness? A couple things in this game that are a little on the nose. Oh, there's pocket surgery lying around.
Got no right. This is an injustice.
It's simultaneously a good thing and a bad... Oh, wow. I'm a moron. I just got totally spun around. Bilbo Baggum. Haha! Oh, that's Karen. Charon. Chiron. I thought you were talking about, like, chirality or something. Yes, yes, yes. Standing on the edge. Does Chiron actually mean anything? Chiron? I haven't heard the word before. Sounds vaguely sci-fi. Howdy.
How many?
I feel like the on-the-nose stuff in this game is usually like when you're reading something that a bad person wrote, and they're like, who needs freedom of the press? All these people out there complaining about liberty? Huh. It's like, come on, guys.
Always.
To be fair, I don't know how I would write that differently, if that's what they're literally trying to get at. Maybe being a little bit more self-aware about it, I don't know. It is Greek for hand. Hey! Greatest of the Centaurs. I know that because of the word chirality. Andrea talks about it a lot, which I think means handedness, right? Left hand or right hand? If it is handedness, or hand,
took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered.
robot hand. Got a robocall today from somebody whose phone number was the same as my phone number, but off by 1 digit. It's like, come on, guys. I feel like that's what they have to be doing. They must just be dialing, incrementing the number by 1 every time, you know? Alright, so I think I'm gonna pop this guy. Now it has value.
Commented on the images.
I want the world to know that we at Talion Medical have not and never will condone these experiments.
Sure.
Prides itself on maintaining a safe.
See if I have any new emails. Nothing. If I did, it would probably be in Sarif headquarters.
Reestablishing security system.
These games are doing a good job of having me have these little, like, augment glitch effects over the course of 26 hours, and they've been very mild. They don't lead to anything happening. The closest, the most on-the-nose one was there. The most intense one was the one that was in the cutscene with the doctor just recently, Sandoval. I'm guessing they're building to something and they're doing a good job of not making them too obvious. Howdy.
No problems, Mr. Jensen. We've got everything under control.
Thanks. Yeah, it's always super serious news about augments. That's something I kind of like about Mass Effect. Mass Effect does a lot of kind of goofy world building all over the place. Elcor Hamlet and Blasto, the Hanarch Spectre. This game takes itself very seriously. Like, sometimes it's silly mechanically.
Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
Sure. I think we've done everything there is to do here.
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it.
New to the stream, hey, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe that we've passed the point in human history now. There's so many awesome games, it's impossible for any one person to play them all. Even, play them all, even beat them all. But we're going to try anyway. If you'd like to see a list of the games we played so far, you can go to games.marstead.com. You can see a list of commands to vote for the next game in chat if you go to vote.marstead.com. Welcome.
Hey, I got a message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great.
Great.
So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
I feel like that flight from, like, 4 blocks away was about as long as the flight to China from Detroit. Right, there's a lot of things I want to scope out here before we get too far. Oops. This was the person who was stealing, probably. Did I never come here? Was this available before? Level 5 security. Hold on. I don't remember this.
Access granted.
We flew somewhere 4 blocks away and it took just as long as it took to get to Detroit. Burst round system. Typhoon ammo. Stun gun dart. Oh man, I wish I would have found this sooner in the game. Holy shit. It would have been really useful at the beginning when I was lacking my trank darts and stun gun ammo. Good lord. I had the hack for it too, I just never came back to Sarif. I was like, I don't think there's anything level 5. Right on. Got another Praxis. Let's get... what? I don't really care about that tracker. Let's do the move silently power. Now, are these just all upgrading the same power here, or are they all separate things? It's actually kind of nice if I just leave it on and don't stealth at the same time. The same power just gets better. The energy usage doesn't increase over time.
Boss, you'll never guess what. That millionaire Darrow is here.
Ooh. Darrow. They've been planning him for the whole game. I'm really glad that the director's cut makes it so you automatically regenerate your first 2 batteries, because there's a lot of cool stuff that you can't do without that. Like stealthing and then taking somebody down.
Now firmly in the United Nations Court. This is Eliza Kassam reporting to you live.
She's not real. She's a robot lady. God, so many people here. I'd love to just double take down all of them. There's probably an entire praxis point worth of innocent civilians.
Was it true that we were breeding a bunch of augmented soldiers and training them? What do they think stopping us from going home and throwing a bunch of rocks is gonna do?
Well, I guess they went to the UN to see how mad they are.
It's funny. Already been through there. Oh, they don't? Right on, I didn't know that. So I never actually tried to knock anybody out. Do all the guards, like, would these guys give XP? Even though they have no reason to aggro me at the moment? This is where we found that cache earlier. Hey, I'm a good guy. The cops did. That's why I thought the civilians would. They're just totally innocent cops. Anyone that can fight is fair game. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's a good distinction to make. Is there any kind of threat to you, maybe? Guessing none of these things are new. Can take their credits. I kind of want to nerd out and write a how to get the maximum number of credits in this game guide. Actually, I don't want to do that at all. That sounds miserable, but I want that to exist, and I want it to require no effort from me. All right, let me read my emails. Wait, my computer's locked? What's that all about? Oh, it's because I know the password. That's right. Hacking my own computer. Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Access granted.
Subject to know that neither his parents or his birth parents. Okay, these are the ones he sent me way earlier. Office thefts. Break-ins. Okay, there's an office bandit. They're almost certainly talking about me, right? Because I robbed all of them. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. You've got your games like Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64 that have been out long enough that there's people that are doing like the half A-press shit. Like speedrunning as a whole is a lot of stuff like that. Don't think there's anything else of interest up here, right? We've definitely... Oh, I never went in this... Really? Well, now's the time. +7.
Access granted.
People still find new Ocarina of Time tricks. I must have come in here through the vent before. Richard yelling at me for going to the women's restroom. Can't actually open any of these. Okay, there's no bonus nodes in this level, so just get to the exit.
Access granted.
Sweet. Hey, someone's office I didn't rob already. Maybe because there are guards nearby. It looks like they don't care, though. Sleepwalking world. The government can follow you anywhere. One of the guys with helpful programs such as Amber Alert, Smallpox Vaccine Initiative. Great. Uh-huh. Yeah, right, Spiky. Received. Oh yeah, Brian Tyndall. Stuff from the beginning, very beginning of the game, one of the first side quests. You are deleting these emails, right? About that. Okay. Explored everything on this floor. Go down another step here. That cool guy, Adam Jensen. What a cool guy. I don't remember those information stations at all. Oh, I just now noticed the unread messages. When you pull up a terminal, it shows you which ones you haven't seen yet. Be sensitive. Adam Jensen demands sensitivity. I can't move the vending machines! Ah, it's the fridge problem all over again. Leave me alone, Pritchard. What are you doing? Oh, right. Because there's rioters outside. That actually makes sense. Okay, I feel pretty confident that we've explored everything. Let me give this second floor one more quick pass, just to make sure there's no locked doors, and then we'll call it. Here's one. Maybe I didn't do this because of the camera. Oh, I can't take out my gun in here at all. Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens if I hack it. What are they going to do? Slap me on the wrist?
Access granted.
You didn't see any of that. Head of security, I can do what I want. Right. Where was Pritchard's office? He had the really big one, right? I forget if it was on this floor or not. Yeah. Oh, he's got a... His terminal's hackable. I don't think it was before. Maybe it's because he was using it. So, like, he should probably have the hardest terminal in the game. Nice.
Access granted.
Login and password changes. Thanks for telling me, Frank. It's good to know the passwords. Holy shit, I just got like 20 passwords. Oh, wow. Jensen's security measures actually did work that evening. Environmental warning we all heard go off. It was a backup failsafe that he insisted I insert in the alarm coding. Taking liberty of suggesting a few ideas. Frenetic Pony, Gossip Girl, Bombardier, Lawboy, Lollipop, Quintus, Nuclear Snake. What? Pritchard's password is the same as his username? Oh, man. Thank you for submitting your show concept and script treatment to Picus. This is your 5th show proposal in 12 months. 13-episode dramatic series built around the nightly coding exploits of Nuclear Snake, hacker extraordinaire. Oh, it's funny. They don't really sell him to be kind of a lovable loser at the beginning of the game. Final Fantasy 27. Good fucking luck. I mean, this game is set in like 2026. I think we'll be at Final Fantasy, maybe Final Fantasy 16 by 2026. Maybe. So they do what I keep saying and make a Super Nintendo graphics Final Fantasy main series game. See, Square's got a hubris problem, so I don't know if they would allow themselves to do that. It's only Capcom that made their main series Mega Man game. Is that the only dev that's done that so far? Like, major dev that maybe did a demake for a main series entry in a franchise? Mega Man 9 and 10? I can't think of anybody else.
Sarif?
David's just stepped out for
Hey,
a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do
it's
come
Darrow.
in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow. I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientist yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here.
No
as a friend
kidding,
and
Spiky.
fellow
I didn't know
scientist.
that. That's crazy.
Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree?
I say Sonic Mania comes
So
close to
many
counting,
people
yeah.
drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to
Game was
intervene.
successful, right? I hope it
And all
inspires
because of
other
the
devs.
technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
Ah, that's what Panchaea is.
The installation couldn't have been built
Keep
without the assistance of
referencing it in
augmented
documents.
workers.
Thanks for not telling
When
me in
it's
chat
finished,
earlier. I've
my
asked several
little
times.
hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd agree on Link Between Worlds.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside?
Zelda's been pretty good about keeping a separate,
Get to the
ongoing
helipad,
2D Zelda
son. You're going back
series
to
running.
Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, we had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
Adam pays attention.
You're Adam Jensen, right? The security chief here? Your men did a good job securing this building when the riot broke out.
Thank you. I wasn't here, but I will take praise. Let's see. That's a trickier one to get to.
Access granted.
Cutting it close. Got my stopworm back. Mr. Sarif's gifts, Mrs. Margulis. Appreciate Mr. Sarif's support. I best explain to my patient exactly what this generous gift entails, as far as I will go. Whatever augmentation he chooses to require will be his choice and his alone. Patient, not the employer, will be the one to decide whether a half-tested prototype augmentation will fit with this or not. I upgrade. De Beers. Do not put that man through to me again. I hear how much money he has or how influential his company is. I want nothing to do with him or the organization he represents. Kept this company afloat and free of their influence peddling for years. Interesting. Like the Diamond Company? Or conglomerate? Do De Beers factor in goofy conspiracy theories? I mean, I know that it's not a conspiracy, it's an actual thing that they artificially inflate the price of diamonds. I can't go back in there now. Huh. Probably can't melee him either, given that I can't take my gun out. Okay, still need more Praxis. I'm going to try to get all the silent moving upgrades. What's the last activated upgrade? So I've got Cloak, I've got, is it Typhoon maybe? Ah, it's Typhoon, okay. Hi, Malik. What's up?
Boss said we're heading back to Hengsha?
Pritchard tracks Sevchenko's GPL signal. If he's alive, there's a chance the rest of them are too.
That's a pretty big leap, Jensen.
We've been making
Malik's
big
the
leaps
worst
for a
about
while
the
now.
Whatever
Unreal.
you say. You ready to get going?
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Then hop in.
I wonder if she was one of their first designed NPCs or something. Oh yeah? Typhoon kills machines. Is it quiet though? This is the thing I'm worried about. I see. And you said that Mankind Divided adds a silent way to take out turrets and machines and robots and the like?
Bad news, Spy Boy.
Spy boy.
Hengsha Traffic Control just revoked our clearance. We're being rerouted to another part of the city.
I don't like that. I suppose you can't just ignore them.
Yeah, right. Chinese government. I've got to comply.
To drop me off. I'll go invisible, no one will know.
To designated coordinates.
Whoa.
What the hell? We've got a sandlock on our tail. Jensen, all systems are down.
EMP.
We're going in hard. Jump, Jensen!
Hopefully she's okay.
Malik, we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative. You need to get away from here and find Dr. Savchenko. I'll be fine.
You'll be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by them unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen.
Suppression fire!
Let's see. Cool. What's my best way to take that thing down, do you think? Maybe my EMP grenades? Hopefully that didn't kill a bunch of dudes next to him. I'll have to check that in a second. Snacks to the rescue. Still somebody out here? Where are they? Oh, they totally died. Well, how can I deactivate the robot without it blowing up and killing everyone? I guess I have to drag them away from it. And that would count against me, right? See if I can get to him. I think what I have to do is I have to drag them all away. Okay, hold on. Let's try it again from the autosave here. I might just need to drag all their bodies.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative. You need to get away from here and find Dr. Savchenko. I'll be fine.
You'll be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by
Really?
unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen.
There's not a way to destroy the robot without it blowing up, right? Assume. Yeah. Right. Oh, really? Don't fall off the edge now. Stay put. Don't fall. Don't fall. They make non-lethal really hard. Alright, let's Let's move all these bodies out of the way. I don't know what the radius is on the explosion. This guy might be safe if I pull him to cover over here. Can you not, dude?
Jensen, the bird's fixed and I'm taking off. Now get on with the damned mission. Thanks, Spy Boy.
Spy Boy. Sleeping. 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 I think we might be okay. I think we may have just done it. It was kind of stupid. Incredibly stupid. But we might be alright. Sleeping. So sleepy. I got an achievement for saving her, it looks like. Sleepy. I was most worried about the guy up there if it was going to take him out, but it looks like he turned out okay. I'm really bummed that I already screwed up my non-lethal playthrough in that opening mission, because I totally would have it at this point. I think I've reloaded every person I've killed. So I'll have whatever kills are counted at the beginning. This game does track a mild difference between, like, complete 100% non-lethal and low lethal. Somebody mentioned that was the case. Ooh, more jumping climbing. Whoa. Throw that, I guess. It's one way to fight them. Oh, there's a lot of paths out here. This is cool. I think specifically by where the helicopter was before it flew away, at least as far as I can tell. Oh, there's gas canisters. Oh, it's just an achievement? Okay. I think I asked in the very first session about non-lethal, and somebody said that it was pretty forgiving. You have to kill quite a lot of people for it to count as a lethal playthrough. Same as, was it Dishonored? It's like that. That's all there's out here. There's no boxes I could get up there. There's a couple more places I can explore. There's going straight forward, and then there's a way down here that I want to scope. There's electricity that I can walk over. Ah, so I could get an EMP grenade in here to deal with the robot if I didn't have one when I got here. Gotcha. But I'd probably die if I didn't have the upgrade. Thought I saw something over here that I could jump to. Let me give it a try real quick. Try not to accidentally drop this on this guy's head. I feel like that would be counterproductive for his health. It would be so cool if they gave me a cookie for coming through here. I have a feeling they're not going to. That's okay. Just a little bit disappointed. We already came up here and there was nothing. Let's get out of here then. Oh, that was electrified flooring. It's just a strobe light. Haven't made one of these backup saves in a while. I'm really lucky that I haven't put myself in a quick save situation where I'm in an unwinnable state in the quick save, and my closest autosave is a while ago. I've had some really near misses with it.
Jensen, I've been monitoring comm activity around Hengsha. Bell Tower's looking for you. Hard.
I know. They ambushed us, Pritchard. Forced us to make an emergency landing. Malik barely got away in time.
But they're supposed to be...
The good guys?
Just
what?
Give them a wide berth, Jensen.
Bell Tower might not be good guys?
Oh my god. Oh my god! Although actually it was sort of obvious.
Did I get a praxis for coming here? No. I'm close to one now, 865. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, it's an unusual monitor. Huh. This is giving you a chance to turn back and save Malik, I assume? Usually that there's a second point of no return door right here. Figure with that many people firing on her, including a giant tank Metal Gear robot, she would be pretty hosed if you just went up the elevator. But then again, I did drag a bunch of people out of the way of the robot, so who knows. Failure. Keeps happening. I'm wondering if I'm hallucinating during that.
Right now. Something is wrong.
Jensen, it's Pritchard. Have you been watching the news?
Nope. Been a bit busy, Francis.
Jensen, the World Health Organization is advising all augmented patients to check in with Lim. There's a problem with biochip technology.
The glitches I've been experiencing.
We've all had them. So far, I can't determine why.
You heading to a clinic?
I'm running a few more tests. But since I can't exactly run them on you, and we don't know when you'll be back, you might not want to wait. Up to you.
I want to buy Praxis anyway, so let's do that. We're going to... this one. Lim, this way. Just gonna go ahead and skip the line here. Excuse me, I'm an important foreigner. I deserve to be able to do this. She dies when you're riding the elevator. Gotcha.
You here for recall? There is problem with the peripheral nerve interface. We fixed with upgraded chip. You want it, yes?
That seems like a bad idea.
I'll think about it.
Clinic is very busy, but if you want something else, we will service you.
Hey, more Praxis kits. Just buy one of these to use now.
Very welcome, sir. You here for recall?
Yeah, no, that seems like a bad idea. Let's not do that. Eat this. I gotta go sell all these extra guns, which is the Love Hotel.
Right? I am not mistaken. You are Mr. Jensen, right?
That depends. Who's asking?
I am sorry, Mr. Jensen. I am being impolite. My name is Wing Hui. I am a doctor here.
I can see that. What I really meant to ask is, how do you know who I am?
Yes, of course. Excuse me, for I am a bit nervous. Bell Tower agents were here a while ago, looking for a man who fits your description. When I heard what they were saying of you, it occurred to me that you might be exactly the person I need.
Are you trying to blackmail me?
Need for what, exactly? Tread carefully, Doc, because I'm about one step away from losing my patience here.
No, please, you misunderstand. I only wish to talk to you about something, and it is not an easy subject to discuss, as it is a rather sensitive matter. Truly, Mr. Jensen, I would never force anyone to do something against their will. On that, you have my word.
Glad to hear it. So what's this all about then?
I'm afraid I won't be able to go into very much details. Not before I know you are really willing to help.
That's not how that works, buddy.
Someone to help me to stop a very dangerous augmented soldier, and possibly his squad mates. If everything Bell Tower said of you is true, then you would seem the good fit for this job.
Fine, I'll do it. Just tell me more.
Thank you. Now please, understand that I am to give you sensitive information on multiple parties.
You can count on my discretion. You'd be surprised how much sensitive information gets tossed my way.
I understand, Doc. You can count on my discretion.
I appreciate it, Mr. Jensen. Obviously, you are familiar with Bell Tower and the role they have in this city.
I don't know what's up with his eyes.
What you may not be familiar with, however, is the fact that sometimes they contract limb doctors like myself.
I think it's just the way the glasses work
on special projects.
What kind of special projects?
What you Americans call black operations. Bell Tower selects some of their best soldiers and makes them to be super augmented with experimental, top-secret hardware.
Not to sound too jaded, Doc, but none of that comes as a big surprise. Stuff like that's been going on for years.
Yes. Your government and mine have both been guilty of this practice, I am sure. But Bell Tower is not a government. They are a private corporation. A private army on sale to the highest bidder.
Is this about stopping Bell Tower, then? Because as much as I might hate them right now, I'm only one man.
No. It is not all of Bell Tower I need help with. It is just one of their covert operatives, a man named Michael Zelazny. He was implanted with experimental hardware, and to an extent that is way beyond legal regulations. I am ashamed to say I have operated on him myself, and he has been used in countless secret operations for the Chinese and others.
I get it, he's a badass. We're adding a lot of build-up to this side quest.
Sounds like the type of man you don't want to see going out of control.
Precisely. Yet, about a month ago, I have heard rumors that Mr. Zelazny and part of his unit had gone rogue. And 2 weeks later, a city official was killed in a perfectly staged operation. I am certain it was them. And then, a few days ago, Mr. Zelazny contacted me himself. He needed urgent help with one of his squad mates' augmentations.
I take it you said you would help.
They sent me to the back store of a meat shop near Pandang Road, in the Yutzao.
Oh, I can hear that, Cappy.
There, I performed emergency
Andrew and I were
repairs on one
trying
of
to
the
diet
Augs,
during her hiatus,
servo
and it was
replacement.
pretty miserable.
I believe this back store is their hideout, Mr. Jensen. You
She's
must
just
go
embracing
there
thick
and
Andrea
make
now.
Mr. Zelazny hear reason.
I'll do what I can.
I am sure you are up to the task. Mr. Zelazny is a soldier,
Both are
not
behind
a
Adam's
maniac.
shoulder.
Your unique situation will no doubt resonate with him. And if things do turn sour, and he must be terminated, I think you are quite a good candidate to get it done. Or at least survive.
What's that about DLC?
So?
I'm good for now, thank you.
Okay.
Alright, I just bought a couple Praxis kits, so let's go ahead and pop those. I know where I'm putting them. Oh! Yeah, so if you type !hide before your message, Ariel, you can discuss stuff about things that are coming up without me seeing it. I can't see stuff with that command written before it. Show hide. Not a big deal. Okay, so we got our crazy move silently power. Yeah, no worries. That was something super mild. But if you're in doubt, you can always type exclamation point hide before your message. Howdy, bell tower. What's your deal? It's cool that there's just guards everywhere in the town now that you have to worry about. It's a nice way to change a hub level. Alright, so if I want to sell stuff, I need to go way the hell out of my way, don't I? Maybe it's actually through there, isn't it? I get to Hunghua Hotel from where I am right now. I think this is the level that I'm on currently. I need to go up some stairs. Okay. So those stairs are behind me. You didn't see anything, dude. Guess I could use that staircase. See if I run into anybody on the way. Thanks for tuning in, Cappy. Thanks for your support during it as well. I'm glad we were actually able to do it for real this year. I don't know if you caught last year's Brostead stream, but it was not successful. It's a lot of bell tower people. Heavily augmented white male. That sounds like me. How do they know I'm heavily... Well, I guess I'd be heavily augmented whether I turn them on with Praxis or not. Last year was more for real. Yeah. That was the joke I was making when I was trying to, like, come to terms with how off the rails last year's April Fool's stream went. I was like, well, it's about the most bro thing you could possibly do. Yeah. Hotel. Oh. Back away. I went a little bit too far there. Need to sell shit, everybody. Chill way out.
You want best in the city?
Thank you. Yeah, for sure, thank you. The Twitch Prime subs are stacking up, and I appreciate it. They're a pain to renew, but other than that, it's kind of a nice service that they offer. Whiskey, don't need this. Gas grenades are too loud, and frag grenades are too loud.
Thank you. Come again.
Don't do 8 shots of Jaeger. I think what I ended up doing was even worse than 8 shots of Jaeger. If you watch the VOD, like, I just kind of took the bottle and went like this, and chugged it for a while. And I was like, that's basically 8 shots, right? No, it's not, turns out. Okay, so that's the main quest. Is that also the side quest? No, I don't think so. I think it's just the Yungjiao district, so... Try following the indicator. Shut up. Right. My donation threshold last year was $5 to chug a Natty Light. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I was pretty blasted yesterday on like 4 Natty Lights.
David assured me of your cooperation and discretion. I find myself in need of some assistance.
All right.
I'm listening.
A contact of mine, Mengyao, is in Hengsha, waiting to fill you in. I'll upload her coordinates now.
Meet you, Darrow's contact. Okay. Cool. We'll do all of those things. It'll be great. I already robbed all the shopkeepers. They gave me a lot of bonus XP for doing it. I'm puzzled. A second. Where is this thing on the map? It must be on a different level from where I am right now. Okay, that's 1. Maybe it's actually 2. Meet Hugh Darrow's contact. What about the other quest? Doctor Themshall. Butcher shop. Okay, so I must actually be pretty close to that one. It's on the level that I'm currently on. This looks like a butcher shop. Not the one they're talking about, though. Okay. Don't want to go that way. I should still drink and do bottles of sake. Oh, there was a gun shop here the whole time. Well, today I learned. Everything I want. Do you have candy bars? Because candy bars are what make me so OP. I need millions of candy bars. It doesn't sell candy bars. He's useless to me. Alright. Yes, yes. Try climbing across that way to get to this butcher shop. I don't know why it doesn't mark on the map. I have to find out a way to do Weebstead in a way that's like endearing and not mean, because I could get really mean about Weebstead, and I don't think I want to do that. Oh, did I never come here last time? Huh. No, let's find out. I feel like I did, but maybe they just relocked some of the doors. There's a server. Alright, can't do that.
Access granted.
I'll have to study under usurp. That's the kind of thing that I need help with. There's nothing behind the fridge. Alright, alright. Okay, don't tell me if there is one, or don't tell me where it is. Because somebody Google Deus Ex, and then in quotes, behind the fridge. Let me know if you find anything that's interesting, like beyond just like, I don't know, painkillers or something. I guess a Praxis kit. I just want to know if one exists anywhere at all. Fridges, man, they bring me such sorrow all the time. Disappointment after disappointment. Goes back to the other district. We won't go that way just yet. Yeah, that's one way to approach it, right, is pretend like I know a lot about Japanese stuff and not actually know any of it. Like I think Chaos said, studying the save point dialogue from Barkley Showed Up in Jam Gaiden is kind of the best way to do it. There is. Google says yes. Thank you.
Access granted.
Okay. I just need to find the right fridge. I was really concerned that there actually was nothing behind any fridges in the game, and that was going to make me very sad. Oh wow, Mankind Divided? So Mankind Divided is strictly better. It is a flat upgrade over Human Revolution. They put shit behind the fridge. Alright, maybe there's still something, it's just not important.
Access granted.
Mankind Divided has 3 things behind fridges? Oh, I wonder if this was a common complaint. All these fridges. I think they added a bunch of loot. I feel like I've been in these apartments before and already looted them all the way. So, guys, Deus Ex franchise focus.
Let's hope it's as good as they say.
Talk about me in front of me.
Mr. Jensen,
Weird.
right? Thank you for your time. I am Mengyao, an associate of Mr. Darrow's. I'm in charge of one of his divisions here in Hengsha. You come highly recommended.
Really?
Your boss described you as a most precious asset. Apparently, you are very efficient and always get the job done. We could definitely use a man like you for this operation.
Someone needs to make a mod. Puts things behind fridges.
Let's hope his confidence is well placed then.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Mr. Darrow doesn't trust just anyone. We need you to help us stop a group of terrorists who are threatening the Panchaea project. It is not an easy task. Are
There's
you
the
sure
Malik.
you are up to it?
Maybe it's female NPCs.
Okay, I'll help out.
Excellent.
To a candy
Here's
bar,
the situation.
cat toy.
It has come to our
Ben
attention
plays with
that
these plastic
terrorists
springs that he
possess
bats around
highly
and plays fetch
classified
with.
proprietary
Knocks them under the
information
fridge all
about
the time.
Panchaea. We've been able to convince them to sell it to one of our agents, a man named Lo Fei. The meeting is supposed to take place near the Alice Garden Pods in the Daigong district.
I don't need a praxis kit, I just want something for
Actually,
moving a
there will
fridge.
not be a meeting. We are sending you alone to ensure Mr. Fei's safety. The terrorists will not be expecting that, and will have the information with them on a data chip. You have to neutralize all
the
of
word
the
bots
sellers
written in
and
Comic
retrieve
Sans.
the chip so you can bring it to me.
I don't get it. If Faye set up the meeting, why risk sending me in his stead? Why doesn't he?
I'm definitely going to link to the timestamps on the one
chip?
fridge episode.
Because Mr. Darrow wants an
Put it behind our own
absolute
house fridge.
guarantee that there will be no casualties. We will not play by their rules.
It'll be my
We want
final
them
legacy on
arrested
this
and
earth.
questioned, then properly prosecuted and sentenced. This will require stealth and efficiency. That's why a man with your particular skills will be indispensable.
Anything else I need to know?
The sellers are expecting Mr. Fei and Mr. Fei alone. If they spot you, they will shoot
Fortunately,
on
I can
sight.
turn invisible.
Need I point out this might make your job a lot harder?
Story of my life.
You must...
I wonder why it was giving me pheromone options before. If I was being a jerk or something.
You've been working for Darrow a long time. How do you
Maybe
like
it'll
it?
come up later.
Working for a powerful man ensures I am trusted with crucial tasks and involved in world-shaping events. It's quite exhilarating. You, of all people, should understand this.
Any idea who these sellers are?
Nothing substantial. We have a hunch they might be linked to Talion Medical, but the data chip will allow us to know for sure.
How's that?
All of our data chips are encoded with unique IDs and binary signature recognition. This means we'll be able to know exactly where it came from and where it went.
What kind of information are we talking about here? What could people be so eager to sell?
Good
I
question.
am not at liberty to say.
She's definitely beta.
I understand this is a favor for Mr. Darrow, but can I expect compensation?
Of course. We do not expect charity, Mr. Jensen. You will receive payment in credits for your services.
Oh, credits. Great.
Can you give me a quick recap of what I have to do?
You must go to the
It would be
Alice
kind of
Garden
cool if
Paws
they
in
had
the
like
Daigong
a
district. and intercept men who are waiting to sell
golden poop
classified information
level
to a
reward
buyer.
that you could only buy with
You will
credits in
have
this
to
game.
incapacitate
If you had
all
a
of them
really
and
stupid
retrieve
number of
the
them.
chip. Remember, no kills. Then bring the chip back to me. The sellers will shoot on sight, so be careful in your approach.
I think we're done
Buy
for
an
now.
apartment or something. So I think it's S1 is the one we want to go to first. See if I can find my way there without getting in trouble. Says it's right below me. Probably should have went invisible before I did that, but oops. Here it is. Hi, dude. What's up? Oh, this must have been blocked off before. That's really cool. Because I don't think we were able to come here. And Chea, for a better tomorrow, buy a platinum fridge. Exactly. No, apparently I've been here before. Dead body. Location's longer first, when I move down below. I've heard some of the team talking about a safe spot in the sewers. The situation's getting tense. Interesting. So I must have been down here before, I just don't remember. So where's S1 then? Okay, well I did. Oh, I didn't realize it saved the ebooks that you found. That's cool. Okay, so it's not going to give me an indicator, I just have to find a sewer entrance. I don't remember if they're marked on the map. I have a feeling that they're not. Are they accessible through manholes in this game? Or in Hengsha? They're accessible through manholes in Detroit, but I forgot how we got into the sewers here in the past. There's a good chance of me getting to the sewers this way. There might be manholes. Okay, I'll try to look and figure it out. Get so dependent on those objective markers and they occasionally forget to add them. There's a sewer entrance past the shop and the hotel. Thank you! That's right, I remember that now, because that's how we first got into that shop. I didn't actually realize it was at the basement. Right on. Good looking out. Too bad I had to blow my 3 extra batteries on stealth when I first got in here. That was a mistake. So we gotta hang right here. Wait, is there a sewer entrance? Aha! Aha! Nice. Alright, save. Oh man. I feel like I was in the sewer before. I never busted this down? Maybe I never came this direction. Hey, if you're new to the stream, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe that there are so many awesome games that it's impossible for anyone to beat all of them or even play all of them in one human lifetime, but that is job security for me. If you'd like to see a list of the games we've played so far on stream, you can go to games.marstead.com. It's got completion status, YouTube playlists for all of them, and you can find a list of commands and instructions for how to vote for the next awesome game we're going to play at vote.marstead.com. Welcome. It's good to have you. Ladders are for chumps. And I'm ladder blind anyway, so I already struggle with that. Oh, all these bustable walls in the sewers, man. I wonder if these were accessible before. I only came through these sewers once. I thought I had the wall punching thing pretty early in Hengsha, but I don't actually remember. I think all of the gray icons I'm seeing are people that are on the floor above me. Can't jump up the ladder and then start climbing it partway up the jump. It's very disappointing. Let's see. So I can turn off the poison. So much for being immune to it. I guess it helped with one of those boss fights. At least you can't negative vote anymore. That bug existed for a really long time, and nobody tried to do it, fortunately. Or Propagable tried to do it, and it actually reduced the game's votes and gave him SP. Let's go, no. It's like the worst possible outcome. Huh. So I think I've tapped out the sewers. I feel like I went in every direction. Hold on. Make sure I'm not missing something. There's a path that I clearly missed. Feel free to let me know. Is it maybe that there's different sewers in Qui-Gon versus the one that's not a Jedi Master? I can't tell. That might explain why I've never been here before, or didn't spend enough time busting down walls. Playing Pathfinder. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. I don't have a quest indicator. Now I'm suddenly concerned that not having a quest indicator is a bug. I don't even see it in my list anymore. Uh-oh. I might have to Google it really quick. Let's see. Deus Ex, Human Revolution, Talion A.D, bug. Uh-oh. There's a lot of posts about this. Yikes. I did the manhole near the Alice pods. Okay. Let's see if I can find that. Looks like we're not stuck, but it is a glitch that it doesn't update. Alice pods are, I think, in the other zone.
You look.
Don't think I need to sell him any. I guess we got a couple things. Save a little bit of space.
Fortune and
glory to you as well, my friend. Alice pods. I think are in the other area. They must be. Okay. Well, I can get back to them pretty easily, fortunately. Oh, whoops. Wait, maybe not. Oh, maybe it was a whoops. Let's see. Here we go. Yozhao district. Yozhao and Qui-Gon. I can remember Qui-Gon. Mr. Ginny, the Jedi Master who makes a series of questionable decisions. Alright, where's the Alice pods relative to here? Sharkcourt Gardens. Wow, I've never been there before. Downtown Apartments. Oh, maybe they're not marked on the map. Shit. Well, try to find them. That was the big quest with the dude that was hiding in a little pod apartment. Honestly, don't remember where it is relative to here. Oh, they're in Qui-Gon, not this one. Okay, I'll check. I didn't see him when I was looking there. Maybe they're just not marked. Or maybe they're not accessible in this chapter, so they're no longer marked, and the manhole just happens to be outside of where they are. Yeah, oh, they're there. Yeah, good looking out. Okay, so they're past the hotel. Gotcha. You saw nothing. Nothing to see here. Move along. I wonder if it's a part of the, shit. Here we go. Let me make a save here. Supposed to not know that I'm here, right? So maybe I can finally use this for good. Take those two guys out pretty easily. Make it look like there's three. Well, let's try it. Let's eat one of these guys. Zima means what? Oh shit. Whoops. Alright, let's try. I gotta use a candy bar, I think. It's the only way I'm able to do this quickly enough. Or I could try to take out some of the guys that are patrolling further over there. Really? Doesn't count as a double? Alright. I guess I gotta wait and make sure it shows 2, or I gotta get them from the right angle for that to work. But I think this is the right way to do it. So we rifle 2 of them, and then we turn on the no sound from falling, which now I'm glad I picked up. First I thought that was gonna be a waste. Well, that didn't go as well. Oh, I guess it did. There we go. Had to wait. Aim it in just the right way for it to work. Right. No. Oh, you mean like if I landed and did attack? Anybody is able to timestamp Islu. I might need to give you access to edit the sheet, but if you'd like to do it, shoot me a Discord DM. It's pretty profitable in terms of getting SP, so I would appreciate anybody who's willing to contribute. Yeah, the falling stun I'm not confident. I think it just knocks them down. I don't know if it actually knocks them out. That'd be a really good place to try it, though. Thank you. Yeah, so right now I'm doing bonus SP for timestamping episode 1 of videos, because that's the one most people are likely to watch the first episode, rather than jumping in the middle of a playthrough. Mouse guard pods. This one, maybe? It is blocked off. Okay, so it must be the manhole that's down here. In addition to new videos, yeah. New videos will always count for 250. Or 120, whatever the better rate is. Alright, so this must be where they want me to go. Alice Garden Pod. Yeah, I guess that there's 2 different sets of sewers in Hengsha, and I think they're all just interconnected in Detroit.
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies.
That's how it works.
For you.
It's one of those, like, you're checking out at the grocery store. Oh, it's not ringing up. Oh, so I get it for free, right? No.
Could be. What's it to you?
When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now,
The Super Reverb Hawk.
tell me, are you here to stop me?
Not exactly. I'm here on behalf of someone who wants you to understand reason.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man. And I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Yeah, okay, I can relate. But you still haven't answered my
He's
question.
like 100 times more
What do you mean
reverby.
when you say
You're
you
not
no
kidding.
longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower.
Blue Water.
I believe that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance
Worried they're going to get sued. I don't think Blackwater still exists in its current form to be able to sue them. Maybe it did at the time of the game.
Once again, nice story, but none of it justifies what you've done. Right now, I'm giving you a chance to do the right thing and turn yourself in.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jensen. I respect you for coming here and doing what you think is right. But you gotta understand, I'm trying to do the same thing.
Really? Okay then. Why don't we skip ahead to when things turn sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions. Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't outfit the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental.
That's a good question.
After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized
it's like
these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated
Westworld.
by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services have been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments. A combination of lies and use of the neural aug.
There's two countries in this world, America, China.
We were working for a shadow government. Individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
Canada is the media capital of the universe.
He quoted Apocalypse Now. You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And then I killed him. I went through his files and contacts. I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
Listen, I have no doubt these men deserve to die. But you can't simply pass judgment on people. Nothing gives you that right. You have to turn yourself in. Play this by the book.
You simply don't get it, do you, Jensen? These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill, they have names, families. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software.
Cool. Yeah.
They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. But the men behind this, they deserve to die. And I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
I can hear that. So he was 3 alpha, 2 beta, so I'm gonna go with the P's.
Listen, nobody here is saying you're wrong to think these men deserve to pay. I agree with you. But make them pay in accordance to the law, not by breaking it.
It's a cute little toy you have there, Jensen. But don't waste your time. Your Cassie won't work on me.
Cassie? Alright, I'm gonna try reloading it real quick. He never sits in his bed with a glass of anything. Like, even his glass is shattered. I didn't ask for this glass of alcohol. It might be that I'm just not allowed to use it.
If you could be, you. Then what? Back time. We're gonna. All right. So I can listen.
Oh shit! I didn't even get to it that time. Okay, so I shouldn't be spamming reason basically to have any chance here. If trying the beta pheromone doesn't work, Interesting that they even let you try. I mean, there was also Malik who commented that I was using the KC AUG.
If you're wait, you hard. No, then what? Back time. Why don't we go? We had if you not so I can listen. I'm a. You think your gear is top-notch? Trust me, I will show you the true meaning of high-end. You don't want to die, or sacrifice your men.
It's a cute little toy you have there.
Okay, he says the same thing.
But don't
Good to
waste
know.
your time. Your Cassie won't work on me.
Then it looks like you leave me no choice. Let's get this over with.
Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed.
I kind of agree with them, though. I don't know. Let me review the quest log for it before I make a final decision here. That's a really hard one. Oh. Okay, so I know this is a spoiler, but I'm gonna ask. Is it possible to resolve this non-lethally without letting them do what they want? I guess, like, the not let them do what they want angle is I have to basically let them... I keep asking them to turn themselves in, which is a stupid thing to ask. I can't even make sense of the logic there. Alright, I think I'm gonna let them do it. I think I agree with them. I'll go back and explain to the doctor, because I don't think he knew all the details. Seems very reasonable. He's totally right when he's like, we should be forced to be haunted by the people we kill. I think that's true. It's one of those things where it's part of what makes drone warfare concerning. It removes a lot of the human element.
If you so I can listen. Listen.
It's a cute.
I think you're wrong, but I don't think it's my place to try to stop you either. Do what you have to do.
I appreciate that, Jensen. I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours.
I mean, that wasn't going to happen, but okay. Oh wow, he just did a Mass Effect turn and walk away. Turn to Dr. Okay. That's this way. Does Montreal exist, or is Montreal just a single, like, Comcast building? It sounded like they originally wanted to have more than that, right?
Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top-secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime, just want to let you know I've contacted some of my old pals at Bell Tower. Got them to reassign a couple of local patrols.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
should have a few less problems to deal with for a while.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
That's neat. Right on.
multi-channel peripheral nerve biochip.
Yeah. You know, you guys could all get in the limb clinic just fine if you broke the rules like I did. Cut in line.
So? You have found Zelazny? I cannot stress enough the importance of this task, Mr. Jensen.
I found him.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been able to make him understand reason? Will he turn himself in?
It's a long story, Doc. I tracked Zelazny and his men. They were hiding in the sewers. And after talking to him, I decided to let him go.
What? But he is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen. You should not have done this.
The men Zelazny's after are far more dangerous than he
There
is.
we go. Okay.
His methods are extreme. But I
Having
think
this
his cause is
dissonance about making the wrong decision.
To be honest,
I
Doc,
needed to get him to argue it the right way.
Isn't that different from you? An honorable government free of corruption. They could use a man like you.
I had not foreseen such a thing. I don't know, Mr. Jensen. You seem to believe that the end justifies the means. But I don't know.
I wasn't trying to be all renegade about it, but...
Here is a praxis kit. It's all I have.
That's quite a lot to have. Thanks, man. That's a cool quest. Okay. I have 2 praxis. Must have gotten one very recently without noticing. See the cooldown. I think those 2 are the only other ones. Maybe the damage reduction for getting shot. Like I said, if I'm doing things right, I shouldn't be getting shot in the first place. We're getting pretty close to having all the praxis, having all the upgrades. But we need, let's see, how much more do we need to spend? 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay, and then these ones. 12, 13, 14, 15. Pretty neat. I don't think we'll be able to unlock every augment in the game, but we might get kind of close. We're definitely going to get all the ones I care about, and then I'm going to have to start picking random. So, like, do I keep opening drawers once I have every augment that I even kind of care about? Or do I just, like, bum rush it? It's so cool lore you get when you do that, so I'll probably keep doing it normally. Alright, quest 3, Corporate Warfare. Yeah, I heard that. Like, you kind of have to... There's a guide for it that Serp was looking up the other day. You have to be sure to get the double knockout augment early and double knockout as many guards as you possibly can to maximize XP. It's easier with the DLC and the director's cut, though, right? I assume. Off we go. Doesn't make it quite so tight. Still a lot of guards in this general area. I wish there was an augment that let you very slowly, naturally recharge the extra batteries. Maybe the max recharge thing. Just so that you didn't have to always be consuming candy to take advantage of them.
You must get that chip back, Mr. Jensen.
I got the chip. The cellars are out cold.
Excellent work. Seems Mr. Darrow was right to trust
She's very beta.
We will send people to take care of the terrorists. Could I see the chip?
How about you tell me what's on it first?
Blackmail, Mr. Jensen? Don't waste your time. I won't tell you anything. Besides, there are stones better left unturned. Might as well just give me the chip and leave it at that.
I think she was more beta.
Look, you're a powerful young woman. You're in a position that warrants your access to classified information. I understand that not everybody should get their hands on this, but I'm like you. I work for a powerful man, and I get entrusted with secret information on a daily basis. Plus, I'm the one who busted his ass getting this chip for
That's
you.
the big one.
I guess your point is not entirely without merit. But understand, this information is extremely confidential. It concerns Panchaea, and more specifically, the Hiram Project.
Hiram Project.
Project. Never heard
Little
of it.
gear.
I'm not surprised. It is a well-guarded secret. But without it, Panchaea could not exist. Such an ambitious project. An installation extending all the way to the ocean floor. The pressure exerted against it is constantly shifting. Yet the slightest defect in structural integrity could bring it all down. That's why we needed something powerful and extremely efficient to monitor it, day and night.
You're saying the Hiram Project is some kind of advanced computer?
Yes, I suppose you could say that.
Thank you for your honesty. The information is safe with me, don't worry. Here's your data chip.
Cool.
Ah, perfect.
Ladies'
You
man
don't know
achievement
what
unlocked.
this means, Mr. Jensen. Your help has been invaluable. Thank you. Here you go. Payment as promised.
Getting a good number
I'm
of
sure
Chivos
Mr.
in this
Darrow
game.
will wish to congratulate you himself. Expect to hear from him soon.
And she did the Mass Effect turn. For Warfare. Let's see. Just gotta do the main quest. Alright, so let's go do it.
It seems David has a flair for choosing his people, Mr. Jensen. You have done me a great service today.
No problem,
Glad I could
dude.
help. Couldn't let information about something as sensitive as the Hiram Project get in the hands of the wrong people.
No. No, we couldn't. So, Mengyao told you about the project, I see.
A little.
I'm afraid words can't do it justice. To fully comprehend the ramifications of what's been created in Panchaea, you'd have to see it for yourself. And who knows? Perhaps one day you will.
I feel like that's certain.
Access granted.
I don't think they ever actually saw me during that. Like, he did. He was coming to investigate me and yell at me and turn hostile. Right on. Alright, so here. Make an extra save slot just in case I make mistakes. I was like, I think I need to have 3 batteries to do most hacks in the time limit provided.
Access granted.
Nice. Oh, there's a lot of guards down here. Holy shit. I just looked on the radar. A lot of gray arrows. Boxes for throwing at people so I can murder them. Guessing is their primary intent. Or keypads, always a treat. Go up.
Access granted.
Nice. Definitely guards in here and a camera, so we gotta play it safe. Did didn't see if he actually saw me or not. Just said alarmed. I think we're okay. Pocket secretary, collection job. Oh, interesting. I wonder if that's actually new to this time we're visiting, or if it's something we could have gotten last time. Heavy rifle is the one that's really high value density. Nice. It's an advantageous place for him to land, too. These two guys might be hard with the camera right there. Drag them out of the range of the camera real quick while I can. Nice. Totally worked. Super worried about it. Come on. Lots more stuff to investigate up here, so let's do it. Save. Let's do that again. Oh, interesting. Elevator shaft. Nothing down here. I guess it's just another way to get down. Loot, always a treat. That's where we need to go to progress, so we don't want to do that just yet. Not a real valve. Oh, I totally would have put something down here. Bummer. Oh well. A lot of people on that bottom floor. Alright, so we want to come back here in the end. Let's take the long way, see what we can find. What is this building? Is it like a parking garage? Whoa. Holy shit, I was not paying attention at all, apparently. Alright, try that again. I got all excited about the electricity floor over there. The mini-map in this game can be frustrating. Or not the mini-map, but the radar. You can turn off the camera down there. Oh, it's the turret that's seeing me. Shit. I think it can see me even if I'm invisible, right? But it does pan like a camera. If I'm smart about it, I might be able to make it okay. Pans very slowly. I can't see its vision cone because shenanigans. Nope, that's not going to do it. I could probably come at it from below and turn it so it faces the wall. I mean, my whole point of trying to get over there is to disable it, but it's tricky. Try this one more time, and then I'll try coming at it from the other direction. Maybe invisibility does work after all. Here we go. Hack it up. I haven't been able to hack a server in a while, I feel like. Alright, I'll just get this way. 1/25 of the population can afford one augmentation. Wow. So Adam is like a bajillionaire. Laser rifle. No detonation. Turn off the electricity. Sad face. Lots of ways to get into this electric floor room. That's really cool. Yeah, so you can move the boxes to... Oh wait, no. The only way to get in there is through busting that, isn't it? It's not like a hole in the fence. But you know to bust the wall because you see the electricity in there and there's no other way to get in there. Okay. Let's see where the vent takes us. Praxis. I'm officially out of stuff I care about. Maybe just so we can all be green on one side and take the damage reduction. I don't think I want anything on the left side. Yeah, okay. Look how satisfying that looks. Nice. Alright. A lot of cameras, or a lot of consoles, and not a lot of dudes. Oh, a bunch of automatic unlocking devices. That's cool. On the other side of this door. Oh, I totally have been. Oh, neat. Right arm. Whoa. Does that maybe go to the elevator shaft? This is a really cool. This level is really neat. There's just a lot of different paths through it. Detonated explosive device. I'm digging it. Mock Pharma Online, we carry all the generic medication you come to trust, the best prices anywhere. This is the bell tower agent we found last week. Strap with crazy ass augs. Pectoral aug with a weird serial number. Cool. Let's see. Still can't get to the server. Not a big shock. Wow. May as well use my software that I never use anymore because I don't need it. Roll the natural 1, 2, or 3. Is there a Deus Ex tabletop setting? I feel like, is there an X tabletop setting? The answer is already yes, but I'm just curious if anyone's played around with it. Seems like a cool place to set things. Here's Ben, by the way. Being hungry. He's been mugging Olympic athletes. Get away. He's so cool. Ow. Poor Nigerian spammer. Safe. Not an official one. There's not an official Mass Effect one either, right?
Access granted.
I feel like it's a cool setting to write rules for. When do you get a laser rifle? I feel like I've never actually seen one drop before. Yeah, you can do a really cool augment-based progression system, I feel like. There's actually a way out through here, right? Okay. So. Could have found one by now, but they're rare and hidden. I think I found a couple upgrades for them. Are they particularly good? Not really. Shadowrun is close with magic. Yeah, so I knew very little about the Shadowrun setting. I forget the context, we were discussing it fairly recently. It's like society alternates between magic and not magic, and like there's a bunch of people out there that are actually a fantasy race, and they don't actually turn into their fantasy race until the world oscillates back into magic mode, something like that. Best weapon in the game, they shoot through walls. Should all walk in here and investigate, that would be great.
Something strange. Strange is happening.
Not close enough for that to work? There we go. A lot of the corporations are like run by dragons and stuff, right? Because a dragon is a natural CEO. Wait, someone just set the alarm. Hold on, let me redo this. I don't think we want to bust this wall open. Well, maybe I can make some noise in here and draw their attention further in so I can take them out more safely. Let's try that. Not all of them. Nothing to see here, guys. Move along. Still showing as alarmed, which is fine. Oh, they turned the alarm on again. Son of a bitch. Alright, I don't think I can go in this way. That's what that cooldown thing is, right? Or what does that actually mean? Oh no, that's the time until they're not... Okay, okay, I was freaking out. They didn't go activate an alarm. That's the time until they stop being in orange state. Gotcha. You just typhooned everybody? Was that fun? To find a way to make noise. Nothing. Okay, I can go in there and take that guy out, and then maybe I can do more stuff from there. Is the ghost achievement to never ever ever get detected? Not even once? You ain't hear shit, dude. It's unfortunate that opening doors is so loud. That time he didn't see me. Oh, I think that triggered his hostile very briefly. That's kind of frustrating. I feel like the ghost shouldn't be... Well, I guess you're not technically a ghost if anyone sees you, even if it's only for a split second, so I understand the reason why they do it the way they do it, but still. Oh, he totally saw me too. Shoot, man. I don't know. Maybe I can get into this room from another direction, but I think it's also going to involve punching through a wall, which would end badly for me. So let me just bail on these guys for now. I already moved one guard out of the way, more or less. I don't think I want to keep hitting my head against the wall in that particular room. So there's the elevator shaft that we could try to use. Maybe leads to like a vent somewhere would be nice. Huh. Now what's even the point of this? Different doors you can exit from, I guess? Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe not. Complete lack of cookie awarded for exploring up here. It's very sad. I feel like the jump augment isn't really worth it. I think every single time we've had something that we could jump to, there was always something nearby that I could stack. 20 XDX. There's the turret that I disabled, right? Yeah, okay. Vents are no longer made of thin metal and carry sounds throughout the entire building. Wait. Trick is, if you're gonna shoot them with the stun gun, it has to be from behind you, basically, no matter what. Like, if you are in front of them, even if you're invisible, they see you for a split second and it triggers this hostile, which is why I think I lost Ghost in a level I did earlier. So I had a couple shots. Oh, shit. Whoops. Alternate way to get into the building I'm currently in, from the sewer, I guess. Yes, it is. Oh, shit. I didn't think there were more dudes back here. Make no sound. So many people here. Oh, okay, the guy saw me reach my arm around the outside, whatever. It's fine. Do I want to explore... Decide here if I want to keep exploring the sewers right outside the dungeon. I'm curious if that keeps me from getting Ghost if I, like, leave the level and come back, because I thought that under most circumstances you couldn't leave a mission like that. Might also mean that the hideout doesn't even offer that reward in the first place, you know?
What?
Oh shit, I need to be less invisible. What's up? Oh, wow, yeah, I just went straight over time. I was having fun playing Deus Ex and lost track of time. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Give you guys a heads up what's coming up for the rest of the week. Be a good starting point for next time.